getting this video done because I've already done it once. I've already made this video once and my phone storage completely went and I lost the entire footage. So, and I usually have an LED light that I have on here, but it's not charged and it dies for ages. So I'm gonna have to work with what I got. So unfortunately it's not going to be very bright, but that's kind of how it has to be at the moment. But I wanted to talk a little bit about overthinking today. Overthinking is something a lot of people experience. It can be a very difficult thing to face. Talking to people can be difficult. You find tasks difficult, you procrastinate, all that sort of stuff. And it keeps you from getting things done. Things don't get done as well. Things don't, like the challenges you face they never get done. All right, I'm gonna try and help you solve this in the next 10 or so minutes, because a lot of the time it's not the problem itself that's too hard or too challenging. It's the fact that you have overthought it, you have thought too deeply about it, and it has just become an infinite cycle of you not being able to direct yourself to take action on it. Now, there's a few reasons why we overthink. Overthinking is a comfort zone. It's part of the comfort zone. It keeps you stuck in the same spot. We think very highly of ourselves because of our ego, and we think very highly of our problems because of our ego as well. We don't want to think that anyone else could be facing something similar to what we're going through. We don't want to think that. We want to think that our problems are exclusive to us. Therefore, that's why it's been so difficult to solve, because we have to overcome it ourselves, which is true. But there are a lot of people out there that do have similar experiences. And it's difficult to admit that a lot of the time it is in our hands to solve it. A lot of the time it is up to us to take that step and discover what lies within the unknown. But most of the time, there is a step you can take. And you've either found it or you haven't. Well, actually, most of the time you have found it. Most of the time you know what you need to do, but it doesn't get done because you've overthought it. Overthinking what you need done is the main culprit in why it hasn't been done. It is the reason why you are feeling like shit all the time. It's the reason why you feel depressed. It's because there's a lot of things that you know you want done, but they haven't been done because of this simple reason. And the thought loops can be addictive. They can be very, very addictive to stay in the cycle of, to the point where you've thought every single situation or scenario that can occur from an experience, or can occur from one of these situations. It's very addictive. I'd want to think of it like the Roadrunner show. How there's the coyote, there's the Roadrunner. The coyote never catches the Roadrunner, ever. But if one day the coyote did catch the Roadrunner, the show would be over. The entertainment would have vanished. There would be nothing left to chase, and that would be it. And that's exactly the same thing with you and overthinking. If you get an answer to something, even if you like it or you don't like it, it doesn't matter. The show's over. There's nothing more to think about. There's nothing for you to chase anymore. And you don't like that idea. You want to keep chasing the Roadrunner. You want to keep putting yourself in a situation where nothing's getting done, but you just like the entertainment and the thrill of that overthinking brings you. And that needs to stop. That's what needs to stop. It's better you get an answer and your mind can be at rest rather than chasing your tail, running around in circles, all the time in your head, which is so unhealthy. It's a contributing factor to why you're depressed. Now, if you thought about a problem that, when I first brought it up earlier, if you thought about a problem, one that you're thinking to yourself, or one that you think's exclusive to you, or is something that you've been trying to work on for a while, I would encourage you now to really think about what you can do to solve that problem. What is in your hands to solve it? What can you do? Not what can others do or what might happen. What can you do to solve it? It could be a dead end, or it could change your life. You don't know. At least when you have taken action on it, your mind can rest assured, whether you like the answer or not. Whether it's a dead end or it does something for you. It's always better than being in the cycle that overthinking brings you, though. It's a toxic cycle. And it's going to keep bringing you down, and you'll keep finding yourself in the same spot over and over and over again if you don't actually do something about it. If you want results, you're going to have to find the results yourself. You're going to have to go get them yourself, because thinking is not going to do it for you. It's good to analyze situations before you put yourself in them. It's good to be strategic, but it's not good to waste days to weeks to months on something that could be done right now. It's not efficient, and it doesn't benefit you in any way, shape, or form. At the end of the day, you can only really do what's in your control. And if that doesn't work, then you've done your bit. There's really nothing more you can do after that. And you just don't get the results you want sometimes. That's just as simple as that. It's a simple answer. Which could be a blessing in disguise, because maybe if you do get the results you want, and it's not the right outcome, you may be in for an even worse problem to deal with. So keep that in mind. That is something else that could potentially happen. You may get the results you want, but may not have been the best option for you. You can never really tell what's the right way to go. It's all about assessing situations and knowing when to continue into a situation, or whether it's not worth pursuing. Sometimes they aren't worth pursuing. Sometimes certain situations aren't worth pursuing. Sometimes it's not beneficial for you in any way, shape, or form to continue on with even taking action on a scenario. Sometimes it's better just leave it all together, because it only benefits you if you do that. But if you think it really means something to you, and if you think that pursuing it will help you or help your life, then by all means go for it. But really think if this is going to be a detriment to you or not before you pursue it. Because it can be. And you may lie to yourself and tell yourself that it won't be when it is. And that just creates more and more headache that you don't need. Anyway, I'm going to come to a conclusion on this video. It's my first video. I'm not really used to talking to camera, but I think it went pretty well. You can expect a new video every Sunday. I'm going to try and start uploading once a week. Maybe once I start getting used to talking to camera and stuff like that, maybe twice a week. We'll see what happens. But thanks for listening and subscribe.